Did you ever play with a high ankle sprain, Matt?
You know what? I did, back when I played, I don't know if they had invented high ankle sprain. I just remember, like, you hurt your ankle, right? I'm half kidding. I'm half kidding about that. But you know what? There are things you can do for the ankle. And, like, I would just say this, just like, I'm not a doctor, but, like, I got hurt a bunch in my career. I was, backed up Andrew Luck and Brett Favre and guys that played hurt a lot. I would say this is sort of like the thing that I would say to myself about, like, because even as the player, you don't know if you're going to play the next game. You don't know how you're going to be, if you're healthy enough to go. If I was able to finish the game, though, I would say there's a very good chance that I'll be able to start the next one. Like, let's just say it's an ankle sprain or something like that. But if say I got hurt to the point where I wasn't able to finish the game, now I'm I would think of myself more as doubtful to start the next one. So I say that, like, I saw Patrick Mahomes finish that last game.
Mm-hmm.
He was exceptional at some things. There were a couple things that bothered him. It was kind of unique, like, obviously, like, runs to the left where you're planting on your right foot to kind of naked bootleg away. That's a problem. Another thing that was ironically a problem for him is quick wide receiver screens to the right.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like catching the shotgun snap and then doing that quick, like, shortstop, second baseman, like flip your hips, turn two kind of wide receiver screen, that seemed to really, really bother him, and the throws weren't very good. But he clearly can throw the ball downfield, and Andy Reid has enough play calls to figure out what he's healthy enough to do.
Yeah, I saw Collinsworth was on that one, right? Like, as soon as he threw it out to his right, Chris is just like, you could see he hitched it. He didn't get it out to his right because obviously there was a jolt that came from his ankle. So you don't think that's going to be much of a factor then on Saturday?
No, because here's what happens, Rich. Here's what happened. I did this a bunch with Mike Holmgren. Like, I'd have an injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go through it, and he'd say, it's that big Andy Reid call sheet, right? You know what it looks like. It looks like a Waffle House menu, right? And you basically say, he says, okay, what on here hurts? Like, what hurts? And I would say, okay, any naked bootlegs to the right, they really bother me. I can't do it. But, hey, I can do naked bootlegs to the left. He just take a black Sharpie and he just cross them out. He just cross them out. And so I think what Patrick's going to do is like, hey, coach, under center, any runs to the left, like, they're really hard for me. They're hard for me. But shotgun runs to the left are great. And so, like, I think they'll have a little, like, plan to call plays around the injury. This happens all the time with wide receivers. Let's pretend it's a wide receiver with a right ankle sprain, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All your slant routes are going to be run from the left side. Any in-breaking route is going to be run from the left side. Any out-breaking route is going to be run from the right side. And so, like, as a defense, like, honestly, you're playing defense for a reason. You're probably not as smart as the offensive guys. A little offense-defense humor there. But, like, after a while, you're like, oh, yeah, he's running all the routes he normally runs. He's running comebacks. He's running out routes. He's running in routes. But if you really studied it, it's like, you know what? All his in routes are from the left side. All his out routes are from the right side. So we do that with wide receivers. Andy Reid is certainly smart enough. Patrick Mahomes is certainly smart enough to do that from the quarterback position as well.
Okay. All right. You're making me smarter, Matthew. I feel like my brain is growing right now. All right. So, but wouldn't Lou Anarumo, can he suss it out like mid-first quarter? Can he suss out what plays are out and what plays are in and what he's doing? Can that happen?
Well, like, even if like, there's still this wow factor for Patrick Mahomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when if you're watching the last game, you're like, oh, look, the guy's playing on one leg. You can't do anything. What's the next thing he does? He does a jump pass. What's the next thing he does? He scrambles on third down and runs it up the middle for a first down. It's like, there's just a wow factor with the great quarterbacks of the game. And I would put all three guys, and right now I think Brock Purdy is just hot hand. He almost doesn't know what he doesn't know. All four guys are really, really exceptional this season. And so, like, I don't know, like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes can't do this. It's like, oh, yeah, watch me. I'm going to do it. And I kind of feel like for these defensive coordinators, I work with Rex Ryan on Sunday Countdown, and it's hilarious to hear Rex talk about what he would do as a game plan, because he's very, very confident. And he knows what he would do. And it's very, clear what he would do. And then every once in a while, it'll be a guy and he'll just throw his hands up yes. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's literally no defense for what just happened. And I kind of think that that's what Patrick Mahomes is as a quarterback.
Well, I'm looking at him right now. He's talking to the media as we're talking, Matthew, and he's taking questions from the right and he's taking questions from the left. He's standing at the podium. It looks like he's not leaning to one side. He looks good to me at the podium. Let me say this. Rex. Rex.
It's okay. Rich. Got you mixed up with Rex Ryan. Rich and Rex.
I'll accept it.
I've been to those walkthroughs. Everyone's this is breaking news because he had the walkthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And half the guys don't even tie their shoes for the walkthrough. It's literally a walkthrough. Some coaches a little more up tempo. They'll call it a jog through. But even at the jog through,
yeah.
Literally, guys aren't even tying their shoes. So that tells me nothing. What I really care about is I want to hear what happened after practice.
Mm-hmm.
And now the press conference is before practice. So, I still think we're in wait-and-see mode.
Yeah, he says it's feeling good to go is what he's saying right now. Matthew Hasselbeck here on the Rich Eisen Show.
I
know, right?
Through.
I know, exactly.
In Crocs.
Yeah, exactly. In Crocs. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.